All right, welcome back to another episode of the Fan Connection podcast. Today we're joined by Satisfied Jake, obviously alongside co-host Bertaman and Ponchi, with myself, Some Lazy Guy 09, otherwise known as Mike, just to keep it simpler. Don't feel like having to say Some Lazy Guy 09 every time. But we're back on another podcast. I'm back after a week off. I wasn't here on Sunday. My sister was in town from out of town, and so I wanted to spend some time with her and her husband, so my brother-in-law, and just have a nice family dinner and just hang out. So obviously Sunday night dinner coincided with the podcast, so I had to pick one. And obviously I don't get to see my sister very often in the year, so I took the night off that night. So thank you guys for covering for me. Also, thank you, Cam Genix, for the follow. We appreciate that. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And just to let you guys know, or let you all know, for those of you listening, I have not yet uploaded Sunday's podcast. It will be uploaded sometime tonight or tomorrow, just to give you a heads up, because I was not home. So anyway, without any further ado, to introduce our guest, Satisfied Jake. He's already been here on the podcast before, but Jake, what do you got going on your end? What's going on your channel?
Freaking not a whole lot different from last time. I mean, for those of you that didn't watch the last podcast, yeah, I'm Satisfied Jake. I usually stream on Twitch, obviously twitch.tv/Satisfied Jake. If you want to check it out. Yeah, we've been streaming Chell a lot this year, but honestly, like Berta, man, I want to pull my eyes out playing NHL 22 recently. So
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of different games, but yeah, I mean,
It's been a little tough, hasn't it?
yeah, we try to stream NHL as much as we can, but it's probably a lot easier to talk about it than play the video game all the time, I'd say.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've already moved on to other games as well. Honestly, after the first, I think, month and a half, maybe 2 months, I gave up on NHL. I couldn't do it.
It's so
I tried,
hard, bro.
Dude, I was trying Hut, and I was like, all right, I can
So
play Hut. I
hard.
was doing squad battles, and then I got bored of that. I was like, okay, I'll play online. I can't stream online because then I start lagging like crazy. Even when I'm not streaming, I'm lagging like crazy. I was like, all right, I'll try franchise mode. I played franchise mode, won a few cups, got bored of that, and now I'm playing Pokemon. So, you know what? The
Pokemon's
grass,
probably a lot of fun.
you know, they always say, you know, the saying, the grass is green on the other side. Well, let me tell you, friend, the grass is actually greener on the other side. So come on over. We're happy to have you. Pokemon, any other game you want to play.
Yeah, I need a
Actually, I'll have
Switch.
good
I need
time.
a Switch. I've never picked one of those up yet. I still just got my Xbox and PC, so maybe I need a Switch here soon.
For sure.
I think
yeah.
your chat wants you to get a PlayStation, I heard.
Oh, a PS5? Yeah.
That's what I heard
I
the
don't know
chat wants you to
about
do,
that.
man.
Oh, wait.
I don't know about that.
Oh, wait, is Berta buying me one? Is that what I hear?
Okay. All right.
A fresh PS5 from Bertaman. That sounds nice. That
Yeah.
sounds nice. He's getting you the nice edition too, the one that has the disc in it for the
The
extra
Pro.
$100.
The pro game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Shameless for Life, by the way, for the follow as well. We greatly appreciate that. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get into today's first topic. Obviously, as always on the podcast, we cover the league updates around the NHL. And guys, is it safe to say the HABS are a juggernaut? 3 wins in a row, destroying the Toronto Maple Leafs Monday night, beating the New York Islanders on Sunday, and beating, who was the other team again? St. Louis on Friday or Thursday. I can't remember which day. I think it was Thursday. So 3 wins in a row under Martin St. Louis. Honestly, a lot of overtime and shootout losses and nail-biting losses as well. So under his tenure, they've been very good. Obviously, I don't think they're a juggernaut. I'm just joking. But what do you guys think of the new look Montreal Canadiens? How do they look compared to what they were under Dominic Ducharme? Are they a bit more fiery offensively? What do you guys think?
Yeah, wait, didn't they just beat Toronto yesterday too? Like 5
It
something?
was Monday night.
Or 2 days ago.
5-2.
Monday night.
Monday night,
Okay,
5-2.
yeah.
But they were
No, I
leading
mean-
5-0.
Oh, well, if there was just more time on the clock, they would have choked it, is what you're saying.
No, what I was saying is
Okay.
it was more just the. It's more what you call what's it called when it's like game.
Just a blowout.
Yeah,
It's a
but it's like,
wash.
you know, when you're winning 5-0, like that's you just kind of stop pushing it.
Yeah,
offensively.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a wash.
I don't know what you call it, but Toronto scored 2 later goals, and then after that, it was just a dead game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen them play too much, but I know that Gallagher came back recently, and I have him on my fantasy team, and he's been picking up points here and there. And even last game, I think he had 2 or 3 assists. And I know he's a big piece of their team, and it's good that he's back. He also is a little bit older, not older, but he's just older than the younger crowd on that team, so provides a little bit of leadership as well. So that's good that he's back, and that could be a factor as to why. Plus, new coach and all that as well. Old coach is out of here, so that could also lead to a factor of it as well. And I'm glad for you that they're doing well. And honestly, a year ago, I would not be saying this at all. So, Mike, you made me hate the Habs a little bit less here. So
I'm glad because they're a very likable team right now. Honestly, they are. Like you
Mhm.
look at Caulfield, that guy is like you can't not have a
Yeah.
smile on your face when you see that kid, man. The way he plays,
Man.
the drive, like he has I think 4 or 5 goals and over a point per game since Martin St. Louis took over. And before that, I remember we were talking about he had like a 2% shooting percentage and like 1
Mhm.
goal all season. So do
Well,
look
it
Cole
just
Caulfield. So
it just
watch
didn't
him
make
up.
sense that he broke whatever record it was and whatever what league was he playing in before the draft? Was it the U.S.
Oh,
development
yeah.
no,
He had
something
like
like that, right?
72 goals.
Yeah, so like someone who it doesn't even matter what level you're scoring at unless it's like a minor league thing. Like you're scoring against like other people around your age and all that, and
Mhm.
scoring that much, breaking records. It doesn't make sense to come in the league and have a shooting percentage be at 2% and being I don't know being that bad. So, uh, I was anticipating him being good this year, and I was wrong about that. But in the previous podcast, we talked about players and prospects developing at different times. It's not always linear. Sometimes you do good and then do bad and do good again. And Caulfield, he's super young. Like he was just drafted in 2019, I think, or is it
I think it was even
2020?
2020. I think it was 2020.
2020?
He was the same
Okay,
draft
yeah.
as Jack Hughes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
15th
Yeah.
So
overall.
yeah, there you go, man. I mean, like it's only been 2 years since he's been drafted, and um, there's a bright future for him for sure.
I want to say like also too, it's obvious you just mentioned it too, Mike and Cheese and chat. Like St. Louis has to be the perfect person
Oh yeah.
to coach Cole Caulfield. Like you couldn't have gotten any more lucky. Like you have probably the best small player in the game ever in Martin
Yeah.
St. Louis
100%.
coaching Cole Caulfield. So whatever St. Louis is telling him, it's got to be working. I don't know if he's telling him just to put his nose down in the corners and toughen up, but it's working for the kid, and it's
Oh yeah.
it's nice to see. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's awesome.
100%. And you know, there was a lot of media in Montreal that was extremely nervous about St. Louis taking over. Like they were not bashing, but more like pretty heavily criticizing the move. And I can't really blame them, right? He has no NHL coaching experience, but from everything he's said and everything he's done, not only his words, right? Because he does have a very what's the right word for this? Like he's a very good leader, right? He speaks well. He's well spoken. And he presents his points clearly, but not only that, but he's led through action too. So like everything he says he'll do, he does, which is really amazing. And it's not something you see every time in the NHL as a coach. He reminds me a lot of Rod Brindamore in that sense. A former player comes in, commands respect, but also acts on it. So in his interviews, he's very much like a new look NHL head coach. And Ponch, I'm going to get your opinion on this in a second here. Just the way he talks, he's always like, oh, it's not all about a system anymore. It's more about concepts and player development, and also like obviously system's important, but it's not fitting every single person into the same mold. He's talking a lot about working individually with his players. So he's pulling aside, say, Josh Anderson, Jeff Petrie, Ben Sherratt. He gave a good example of Jake Evans as well. He's making sure to work with each player individually at some point in the day or the week, and to help them progress and develop skills that aren't their strongest suit. Because obviously players, when they get to the league, to get to the NHL, you have to be very good at least one thing, right? So you're not going to be well-rounded or like average at everything and make the NHL. Like you have to have either like a really good NHL shot, really good skating. Like you have to have something that stands you apart from the other players. That gets you to the league. But to stay in the league, you have to develop more than one trait, right? So he's working alongside, say, Jake Evans, who's a great defensive forward. That's what got him in the league. That's what got him his spot. But he's working with Jake Evans to improve his offensive mind. So, Ponch, here's where I really want your opinion, because I think Darryl Sutter is a great coach. I know you're a Calgary fan, but what do you think of that mindset from Martin St. Louis, where he's trying to work individually with his players? I know head coaches in the NHL, especially in the past, never talk about working individually. They always say they don't have time for that, and they leave it to other people and other personnel. But what do you think of St. Louis kind of taking charge and working individually with his players? What do you think about that?
I think right now that's the best thing he can do, because all great teams have an identity. The problem with the Montreal Canadiens is you don't know what it is. You don't know if they're a veteran heavy defense, strong defensive presence, or they're going to be a run and gun, move the puck, shoot often kind of team. So what you want to do is you want to make a system that you don't want to fit players to a system, fit a system to the players. That's but yeah.
Right.
That's what
I wanted to add another thing, man. How crazy or kind of funny is it that St. Louis was actually coaching minor hockey? He was coaching his kids' team, and now he's coaching the Montreal Canadiens. So that just shows, man. That just shows you could pull anyone up. No, but listen, you can't pull anyone off the street. But it's just so crazy that he was coaching minor hockey and then go straight to the NHL after that. So
Yeah.
I thought
in
that
all
was
fairness,
pretty
though,
funny.
St. Louis got the experience.
No, yeah,
he
he does.
commands the
So,
respect.
you didn't just pick me up off the streets. You didn't pick up an armchair coach.
You picked
No,
up St.
but
Louis off the streets.
Picked
Yeah.
up Martin St.
I
Louis
think-
off the streets. Yeah.
I think it's because he's got the best quads in the game.
Oh yeah.
St. Louis?
Oh yeah.
St. Louis got the best quads.
Bro, I
in the
saw
game.
that image of someone who like
Oh, this
inflated
guy.
his quads and then put the Leafs jersey in between them and like, dude, I was dying. Hockey Twitter, man, when the Habs are winning, can be very funny.
Does St. Louis have quads for real? He actually has
Oh
huge
yeah, I know,
quads.
they're massive.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see.
But also one last thing to add on to that, because you brought up a really good point in the sense that he was coaching Pee Wee not long ago, but he was also coaching Kent Hughes' son, either his son or his nephew. So that's another thing. That's a bit of an add-on that's a little interesting, right? Because Kent Hughes brings in the guy who's literally coaching one of his kids to be the head coach. Now, I don't think it's more him hiring his coaches or his son's coach. I more look at it as, oh, great, I'm lucky to have this connection to Martin St. Louis to bring him in as a coach. That's the way I prefer to look at it, rather than him bringing in his friend. It's more him being lucky that he's connected to Martin St. Louis so that he could bring him in and have that extra chance of bringing him in as a coach. So that's my opinion on it. But there's definitely some interesting information there.
That's the GM of the Canadiens, right?
Yeah, Kent Hughes.
Okay, I had to double check that.
Yeah, all good. He's never been a GM before either. He was a former player agent, but
Okay.
well spoken as well. Everyone seems to like him. He grew up literally in the town next to me, or the suburb next to mine, I should say, on the island of Montreal. So it's kind of cool, close to home. So anyway, let's move on. Ponchi, this next topic. Unless you guys have anything you want to talk about around the league, any updates?
Yeah, just I just wanted to talk about Cam's. Cam brought up a point saying, well, this Laine with a bullet. He was talking about how he scored and to beat Toronto yesterday, and I don't even think anybody's noticing, but Laine has been killing it, dude. He is. I think he has 17 goals, 17 goals in 31 games.
People forget he was a 44 goal scorer.
Yeah, well,
Laine's not a bum.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to get to. It's just like we talk about development being linear and all that, and just how players adapt to different environments. And I know he hasn't scored 30 goals since the 2018-19 season, I believe, but that's just a prime example of how it's not linear and how other factors like the coach or just things that are going on in your life can impact how the player's actually performance is, right? And we're seeing it this year. He's locked in. He did get injured, but he's back, and when he has been playing, he's been really, really good. And he's on pace. Like, if he was to score or play for the entirety of the season, he's on pace for nearly 50 goals. I think he's actually on pace for about 46. So, I would like to see him out of Columbus, to be honest. I want to see him on another team, but I mean, it is what it is.
Man,
him and
yeah,
Voracek, though.
I can't believe they traded Laine for Dubois. Sorry, I just can't believe that. I was going to mention that Laine Dubois 1-for-1. How was that allowed? Right?
It's kind of a genius move, though. Kind of genius. That's like what's that meme there with like the brain? What's that galaxy brain?
Like a big
galaxy brain,
yeah.
man. Oh my god. Because Dubois has been playing well too, so that's a good.
It's
trade.
just worked out good for both teams. Like personally, I think it's just better to keep Laine, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working in Winnipeg. But I don't think he was happy there. I don't know what the story was entirely, but I did see rumors about the locker room and Shifley and Wheeler not getting along with him for whatever reason.
Because Laine was playing too much Fortnite.
Yeah, might be he might be playing too much Fortnite. That might have been
Yeah, I
what
don't
was
think
up.
Paul Maurice liked him either. I think he just didn't fit in the locker room environment. Like they have a very close locker room in Winnipeg, so
Mhm.
I don't think if he fit very well because Winnipeg hasn't changed like I know they've moved on a lot of defensemen, but like their forward core very similar to what it was
Yeah, it
several
has
years
been.
ago.
Mhm.
So I mean I think it's tough to find a good fit in Winnipeg, but Pierre Luc Dubois, I think he's
Yeah.
from there. His dad worked for the team, or is even like an assistant coach or something. So obviously a good fit there.
I just had one more thing I wanted to add on to the league talk, just because I don't know if you guys have covered that or anything, and I want to shout out my friend Terma, because Terma would probably thank me for this. But the Calgary Flames, which I'm not a fan of, the Calgary Flames. You better look out, okay?
Oh, yeah.
NHL, National Hockey League, look out. The Calgary Flames look so hot right now. They're on a 10-game winning streak in their last 10 games. Jacob Markstrom is playing like a Vezina champion right now. Okay, seriously, and I would not be surprised if they. I mean, Johnny Gaudreau's got 64 points in 49 games. Kachuk's got 56 and 49. Like, yeah, can't stop these guys. So I'm not a fan of these guys, but I just want to let that be known that yeah, the Flames are on fire. No pun intended right now.
And
Yeah.
Punchy, how about that Toffoli deal? What do you think of them with Toffoli now? He's
Yeah.
great.
So
Mm-hmm.
we covered this last week with Jack, which is cool because I like whenever the Flames are good, I always like to bring it up. And when the Oilers are bad, it's kind of nice to bring that up too. So yeah, the Oilers are bad. Anyways,
Let's go.
no, it's really good. So the nice part is you've got a familiar face coming in with Toffoli, because Toffoli's already knows Sutter's system because Sutter won him a ring. You also had Milan Lucic picking up. I saw the picture of Milan Lucic at Calgary
Oh,
International
what a
picking up
legend.
Toffoli, which is good though, because then Toffoli doesn't feel like an outside man, because
Yeah, that
he's
was
got
cool.
familiarity. And you can put Toffoli on whatever line, and he's gonna do well. And he has been doing well. And that's yeah. And you can keep Toffoli for the next couple of years because he's only a
Yep.
4 mil man.
So this is kind of a sad question now. I know Brad Treliving said in an interview that it's essentially a done deal and that Goudreau's re-signed. But they haven't put it to paper yet. Is Tyler Toffoli potentially insurance in case Johnny Gaudreau walks? What do you think about that?
I think so. Okay, here's the way I see it. I will just pull up Calgary's cap friendly right now. Okay, so right now they have no space, right? They have no space left on
Nothing.
their yeah. They have literally nothing. You have Goudreau and Tkachuk. They're both UFAs this year,
Kachuk's a
and
UFA or RFA?
sorry, Tkachuk's an RFA.
Oh, oof.
Goudreau's a UFA. Okay,
Yeah.
but I think that's not good for Calgary though. Like Goudreau he's making 6.75 right now. On the open market, he's going to get offered quite a bit. And if the
A
Calgary Flames
lot.
want to match it, I don't know how they're going to match it if they want to keep Tkachuk, who's more of a captain figure, I would say. Like they don't have a captain right now.
Yeah.
He's more of a captain figure to them. So I feel like they're more valuable. He's more valuable. And that being said, if they want to keep Mangiapane, like Mangiapane's 25 and he's already at 20 something goals
He
this
slowed down
year.
a bit though, right?
He did slow down a bit, but like he is
Still
someone
scoring
who's
well.
scoring a lot, right? Like it's I don't know if they're gonna lose him, if they're gonna what they're gonna do prioritize him, but they're gonna lose somebody here for sure. Um, it's gonna be tough to keep them all. I mean, I never say anything's impossible. Like, you can do some cap flexibility here, but I think it's a good point to say Toffoli could be insurance in case Goudreau leaves, because I honestly think Goudreau is gonna get around 9 million around there for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And
So
he's playing well in a contract year. Like it's
Yeah.
not coincidental.
yeah. So I'm taking a peek at cap right now. What I could see happening is Michael Backlund. Oh, he has no movement clause.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
You have to
tough one.
waive it.
I could
Yep.
see.
Maybe
I
a
was gonna say I
defenseman?
could see him being moved. I could see Tanev being moved. Tanev would be.
That'd be a tough
Tanev's been
loss.
playing fairly well.
That'd be a
Oh no,
really
he's
tough
in no
loss.
movement clause.
Yeah.
I just went to the score app, hey guys. I clicked on Johnny Gaudreau's name, and I just found this headline from 2 hours ago, and it says Flames AGM confident Gaudreau will sign extension. It's a done deal. It's right here. It's a little article. So
Mm.
I don't know if they're confident. It's a little blurry, but
That's
they're
what
a little
I could-
confident they're gonna sign him. But who knows?
that's what I was talking about. But
I think-
it's the AGM saying that, not even the GM.
It was the AGM, yeah.
That's
so
the
who
risky
knows?
part. Like reports like that come out all the time. So, and I remember
Yeah.
Mark Bergevin, we are never trading PK Subban the next day. Subban for Weber, boom.
Traded instantly.
So I don't trust
Yeah.
a word these guys say, man. I don't trust a
Who
word
knows?
these guys say.
I think what could happen is a crazy Edmonton fan takes a lead pipe to Michael Backlund's knee, LTIR,
Oh Jesus!
and we're saving it.
Oh God!
What I
Go
actually
Bracken
can see
Backlund.
happening though is Zaitsev, or sorry, not Zaitsev, Zadorov, Goodbranson are both on expiring deals, and they make about $5 million amongst the two of them. And if they just find that's $5 million that's open, but they do have to replace that as well. So if they can find league minimum deals for their
Yeah,
for two defensemen there, and not sign Mangiapane, then I can see them keeping Tkachuk and Gaudreau.
mhm.
So that's the way I
think-
see it being done.
What could happen too is Goodbranson's gone, Stone's gone, and Zadorov's gone.
Mhm.
You call up Valimaki, he's an ELC. You call up
They have another guy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they have
I know,
another somebody else.
yeah.
Well, plus Shillington's still there too. Like he's pretty cheap right now. So
Yeah.
there's definitely
But
there's
then
definitely
you-
ways on the defense to
you can-
reduce the amount of money they spend. I think there's one or two forwards they can probably let go
Mhm.
of too. I think is Lucic almost off the books.
He's
Lucci's
got one more
2
year
years.
at $5 million. So I could see that. I could see them going, "Hey Matt, what we can do is we can qualify you. So then, we'll qualify you and Andrew. So then, when Lucic's deal is off the books, we're able to share the wealth."
Yeah, that-
Because Lucic,
that
I
makes
hope
so much
Lucic
sense.
stays in Calgary. Because you
don't know.
don't need. I don't know. I could see it happening because he's kind of at the twilight of his career. But
Mm-hmm.
if you qualify those two, and then you go, "Hey, we've got some flexibility here because so and so's going," I could see Backlund getting traded if there's a right spot for him. Things, and then things they
Monahan?
could manage around it. Monahan too.
there's
For
been
the
a lot
right
of rumors
pieces.
about him moving. There's been a
Yeah.
lot of rumors about
At the
him.
end of the day, it's like if they're gonna want to keep these two players, there's gonna be a lot of flexibility and lots of hula hoops you gotta jump through to like get this done, right? It's not gonna be a difficult. It's not gonna be an easy off season for the Flames. But right now, I don't think they're worried about that, right? They got to Foley because this playoff run here. They have
Yeah.
a really good defensive system. They have a great, the Vezina candidate. He probably will win the Vezina, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A goalie and net, and they're scoring on all forces right now, like between Tkachuk, Gaudreau.
Mhm.
You added now Mangiapane also scoring a lot, and now you added Toffoli, who's another 20, 30 goal scorer. So
Also, dude, if they win the cup, they're not going to worry about who they need to really re-sign or trade. Like,
Yeah.
if you win the
Mission
cup, you win the
accomplished.
cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win the
so
cup. Yep.
also not
Huh?
to mention Lindholm as well.
Yeah, he's been great.
they have a
too.
really good team, bro. They have a lot of pieces this year, for
And-
real. They have so
Mhm.
many great pieces.
And
It's
Daryl
crazy.
Sutter as the coach with some of these guys is a perfect fit because they're a team that beats you by being perseverant, right? They just constantly hitting you with a different line,
Hmm.
different line. Like they can score. Like their top three line are all capable of being deadly. Obviously, the first line's the best, but like their second and third line are capable of beating you too. Like you got Toffoli, you got Mangiapane. You got those two snipers out there. Mikael Backlund himself is pretty solid offensively too. So they have other guys on their team. Dylan Dubé, he's been quiet this year, but he's capable of putting the puck in the net. Like they have guys who can beat you on their second and third line. And the way Daryl Sutter runs his team, he likes to roll his lines, whichever line's hot. So he's a smart coach. So they got a really good team in Calgary. I like everything you guys are saying too. But anyway, let's move on. We have some fan connection questions from the Twitch chat that I want to answer because it is an interactive podcast. We want to get to your questions before we move on to the next topic. So I'll try to keep it rolling quickly here. So I'll get each one of you to answer one of the questions. So first question, Alex Nylander, the replacement for Kasperi Kapanen. What do you think about that, Jake?
Is that who's saying that? Are we saying
Spider-Man
that, or is that
Naruto? Spider-Man from
Okay.
Naruto asking the question. Subscriber, Spider-Man from Naruto. Okay, shout that
well,
out there too.
Probably we would like that to happen, but I don't think Alex Nylander has even played a game for the Penguins yet. I know he's in Wilkes-Barre, and I know he's playing really well, but he hasn't played a game in Pittsburgh yet, so we'll have to see how he does at the NHL level. Just speaking of Kapanen, though, he hasn't panned out for the Pens at all. He is one of the most, I don't know, I watch every game, so he's one of the most laziest players I think I've ever seen. He's lazier than Kessel. You thought Kessel was lazy? This guy Kapanen is so lazy, which sucks because he's actually good. You'll have one shift in a game where you could see his speed and you could see his skill, but back to the question, yeah, I would love Alex Nylander to take over Kapanen's spot, but until the GMs call him up to the NHL level, I guess we won't know. So thank you for the question, though.
Yeah, and you have to think too, like Nylander's been around the league, right? He's been around a lot of teams. You have to think he's in Pittsburgh. He's got to be working his butt off right now, trying to earn a spot, even a slight glimmer with Crosby.
Was he a first overall? Or was he just a first rounder?
First rounder.
Nylander. I gotta check when he was.
Might have been
he was a high.
Nylander was a first rounder.
I think Alexander was a second rounder, like 56 or something. I don't know why. I'm feeling 56.
He was 8th overall. Overall in 2016. In the 2016
Who
draft.
took that pick? Who was that again?
So Buffalo picked him.
Oh, it's Buffalo. Never mind.
What did they get from him in the end? I don't. What was that initial trade? Alex Nylander for what?
We just gave them. What was his name?
Because
we gave them just another player. I know his name. It's just
but you guys got him from somewhere else. I think you got him from a different team.
Yeah, we got him from Chicago for Sam Lafferty. Just Sam Lafferty, 1-for-1.
What was the trade with Pittsburgh then? What was the Pittsburgh trade? The Buffalo trade, I mean.
The Buffalo trade? We're going back. We're going back to. I don't know. He's gotten tossed around a little here.
I'm checking this out right now. I want to know what it
Henry Yoharu. I don't know how to say his name. Some kid named that got traded for him. 2019.
Henry Yokiharu? I mean Buffalo fleeced that deal. The fact they got anything for this guy right now is impressive. Because Henry Yokiharu is in the NHL.
Is he okay? Yeah.
So he's been an NHL defenseman. All right. Well, anyway, let's move on. That's a tough draft pick, Buffalo. I feel for you there. Let's move on to the next question. Do you guys? So this is going to be towards Bertaman. I'm showing order clockwise on my screen. So Bertaman from Cam Jennings. Do you guys think that Korpisalo gets traded after Columbus signed a goalie on a 3-year ELC before or after the deadline as well? Just gonna throw that in there.
Yeah, so I replied to it in chat, but I can talk a little bit more in depth now. So what I think is Columbus, I don't know what they do, man, but they always find some goalie that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they just do. So they always find a good goal. It's kind of like Vancouver, honestly. They just have a good goalie. Like even going back to when Steve Mason was so good. I don't know if you guys remember Steve Mason, but he had a really good year, and I just completely forgot about him. But anyway, so they always kind of have good goaltending, I believe, and they have Merzlikins right now. And they have Korpisalo, and they have their goalie they just signed on their ELC, which I was slipping in my mind who it is, but I know he's good as well. And it just makes sense for Columbus to trade one of them. So I personally would trade Korpisalo. I think Merzlikins is a better goalie than Korpisalo. And lots of teams in the league right now need another goalie that's better than average, or at least just average as a backup, if you want to kind of split games, because going into it's kind of tough now that the season's over, or not over, but like getting towards the end. I think it would be optimal for them to do it in the off season. I think because you'll get more value for him. Because right now you're not really gonna play Korpisalo if you have a starter already. You're not gonna really play Korpisalo that much over the starter goalie that you have. So what teams want to do going into the season is basically have two solid goalies. Like the Canucks had Demko and they had Halak, right? In this idea that Demko will play the majority of the games and Halak's a good, solid goalie that can clean up the rest of the games, right? But yeah, just now that we're winding down the season, I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. There isn't as many back-to-backs as there was at the start. So I think it's optimal for Columbus to do in the offseason. What do you guys think?
I'd keep
with you.
Korpisalo actually, because you want 3 good goalies in your rotation. Because there are nights where, maybe Merzlikins has played 3-4 games in a row, and Korpisalo is just having a rough stretch. Sometimes you want to rotate your goalies in, so then with that third, so then everybody's getting enough rest. I think that because that's what the Sharks are doing right now. Granted, though, like the trio is kind of subpar, but when Aiden Hill's not playing very well,
Yeah.
you want Sawchenko in, and
Right.
when like Reimer is getting a little beaten up, you want Hill, Sawchenko playing your 2 and 3, and that's fine. Like Korpisalo is not at that point where he's asking for 6-7 mil a year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can keep a great 1B for like 2, maybe like 4-5, I'd do it. I'd keep Korpisalo.
Yeah. Do you think he ever
Man.
gets to that point though where he's ever asked? Like, he's not that young anymore. I think he's past 26, right? So he's not exactly a prospect anymore. I don't know.
Well-
I see him as a career backup goalie going forward. Maybe a 1B. Maybe I'm being harsh. I don't know, but he's been very inconsistent. Like some years he'll be really good, and other years he won't. So I don't know. I could see teams being interested, but right now in the current market, I don't see Columbus moving him because every team needs goalies. Because at a moment's notice, boom, your starting goalie can get injured, your backup goalie can get COVID, and even your third string goalie can get COVID. So then you have 3 goalies out, and then your 4th string goalie is in there. It's like that's what happened in Montreal, right? We had Samuel Montembeault playing like every game. He was our 3rd string goalie.
Poor guy.
And then,
Poor guy.
yeah, he was playing like every single game. And then eventually on the back-to-back, they're like, okay, let's put Kane Primo in nets. He gets shelled because our team sucked under Ducharme. And then they're, okay, now, here you go, Montembeault, right? So Montreal was struggling, so that's why they picked up Andrew Hammond. So Montreal even has 4 goalies that are considered
Hamburglar.
fringe NHL level to NHL star, right? So obviously Carey Price is out long-term. Allen's out. Those are 2 really good NHL goalies, but they're both out with injury. Samuel Montembeault is available, and Caden Primo was really bad. He's a good goalie, but he just struggles with his confidence on a bad team. So send him down. Like, that's a perfect example of why teams are probably not going to move goalies right now. They want the insurance that they have a goalie who can play.
Yeah, I was actually unfamiliar that Columbus actually had any NHL caliber stars on their team, so that's a surprise
All
for
right.
me.
Oh man, Columbus fans are not gonna like that. All right, from Nick9920, this is gonna be towards Paunchy. Yo, you think Mrazek is gone by deadline, seeing as the Leafs got Carter Hutton?
Sure. I don't think Mrazek's like. What do you want from Mrazek? I know like the goalie market's kind of short right now, but what is it worth having? Because Mrazek's still a solid goalie. Do you think you're gonna make it out of the first round if your goalie is gonna be Campbell? That's all you need. Well, that's all you want for the first round. Do you think they're gonna play Hutchinson, Hutton, or Mrazek? Do you think they're gonna play either of those in the playoffs? Because right now you might as well just because Campbell has had a recurring groin injury. I would rather have those goalies just play through the rest of the season because somebody's gonna get injured. Somebody's gonna catch COVID. So to have like 2 solid and then two less than average goalies isn't always the worst.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like that's kind of what I was saying in Montreal too, right? Like you want to have 4 capable goalies in case the COVID bug hits or the injury bug hits, right? You see an NHL 22, boom, injury, boom, injury, boom, injury. You lose all your goalies. You're like, oh, great, now my team's terrible. So unless you get lucky like the computers or the 65 overall goalie that carries you to the cup, which you probably won't because you're the user, but it's important for teams like Toronto, who have all the money in the world, to save their or spend their money on goaltending and make sure they're safe. I saw one thing on the Steve Dangle podcast I wanted to bring out. It might have been his LFR from the Habs game or maybe the Columbus game. I can't remember which. I think it was the Columbus game, actually. He was talking about how maybe not all Leafs fans are fully confident in even Jack Campbell. What do you guys think about that? Do you think they could possibly even consider moving from Jack Campbell, or does he just stay? I doubt they'd move on from him. I think that's a little impulsive to move on from, like a little too like acting out of emotion, right? Like it's a little too impulsive of a move to make. But what do you guys think of that? I know he's a UFA at the end of the year, so he's a perfect trade chip. If you think about it, he's a UFA. At the end of this year, he could walk if he wanted to. He's had a below 900 save percentage since we turned to the new year. So what do you guys think of that?
Well, I personally think that if they do that, it's stupid. I don't even like Campbell, but I honestly think it's just dumb if they don't have a replacement that's much better, or like you're just gonna find someone that's marginally better. Like not even like that. It's just better just to keep him, to be honest. He's played the most games here in Toronto throughout this last year and a half, I guess. So it just makes more sense. He knows the system well. He knows how his defense plays, and it's gonna be really stupid if they just try to mold somebody else into that position winding down the end of the season, right? So I don't know. They would have to fight probably if they were going to get rid of him. I think it'd be through UFA, and they'd have to bring in another goalie that would be available. But that being said, I don't even know any goalies that are UFAs this year. So
yeah, the only goalie is Fleury that'd be available. And
okay.
Chicago supposedly is not even making him available.
Well then, I think that's dumb.
They're terrible. Like, just trade him, man. Like, you're not gonna get anything anyway.
Also, at Campbell too, like you guys said, his 2022 stats have just been going downhill, and I agree with Berta, man. I think it's obvious too. You can't just bring in a new goalie to try and gel into your system in almost March now here. So I think Campbell's definitely their front runner for the starting goalie position. I personally think he's good enough. I think right now, I think he's been overplayed, and I think he's just a little burnt out. I've never played a 82-game season before at all in my life in the NHL. I'm assuming it's tiring on the road all the time. So I think Campbell's just burnt out right now, and people are going to start talking. You see the numbers, and just I'll give him a chance, and we'll see.
I think that's what happened with Freddie last year.
Yeah, they overplayed him.
They overplayed him. Freddie and Jack both got hurt. And then when Freddie came back, so they played Campbell, Freddie left, and Freddie's having a great year right now.
And that Canes team too is so good. Just to be honest, that Canes team is so good.
Honestly, like you look at the Eastern Conference, you could almost like the playoffs are pretty much decided. The only team that's really pushing, especially lately, because they were below 500 not too long ago, the only team that's really pushing for the wild card race is Columbus. Outside the teams that are in the playoffs, right? Like Detroit's 23, 22, and 6, and their fourth wild card, right? Every other team below that is below 500. Every other team.
It's ugly.
I think it's safe to say I was wrong about the Islanders making a comeback. I know they're 19, 20, and 7, and if it wasn't for their 2-12 start, they'd be fine. But because it's such a bad start, they just haven't been able to recover. Obviously, can't score a goal either. So it hasn't helped their cause, and even the Montreal Canadiens beat them on Sunday. So I hate to see the end of it, but I think it's time for a bit of a retool to happen here. You lost Jordan Eberle, and it seems like you can't score anymore. So
I hate those Islanders, bro. I hate them.
They're a tough team to play against on any given night. That you can't.
On the playoffs too, the arena is just so loud.
I love it. I love the atmosphere. You gotta love that
awesome.
though. You gotta love an atmosphere.
Yeah, you do. You love it.
You can hate it as a rival team, but you can love it in your heart, knowing that hockey's full of love there.
I get what you're saying, Mike. I get you.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of hate Boston a little bit as a Habs fan, but you also enjoy their atmosphere. But like the East, like I was saying, like the top 8 teams are pretty much decided. Like you already know who's going to make the playoffs almost. Like Boston has a 9-point lead over the Columbus Blue Jackets. The only team that's pressing for a playoff spot is 9 points back of the Boston Bruins, who are at a .620 point percentage. Whereas the West is a log jam of teams fighting it out. Like that's kind of fun. But the East is pretty much decided. So you have a lot of top heavy teams and a lot of teams just nowhere. But anyway,
should we
Let's
open
on.
some packs.
Yeah, Punchy.
Yeah.
Let's open some packs.
Take over,
I'm so
Punchy.
excited.
What do you got for us?
All right. So for our power play later on, so Mike's got 2 packs, Bird has got 2 packs, and I've got 3. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack them open, and then we'll see where we go from there. So first pack for Mike.
First
got
pack
Matthew
for me.
Tkachuk.
Let's go.
Matthew Tkachuk,
Okay.
Jordan Binnington,
Ooh.
Cody Eakin,
Ooh.
Alex
Oh.
Galchenyuk,
Oh.
Barzell,
Okay.
Derek Grant, Tanev, and Brady Tkachuk.
Okay. The two
Okay.
Kachucks. So far, the people. So 2 Kachucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's important to write down. Tanev is good. There's Brandon Tanev.
You
right?
got, yeah, Radko Gudas,
Jesus.
Cal Clutterbuck.
Oh my
I don't know if you
god,
can see it.
What a goon team.
bro.
Joey Decord, Miro Heiskanen, Tyler Pitlick, Bonino, and Patrick Hornquist, and Capo Kakinen.
Well, that's
You got
my
some
goalie.
good players, but
That's my goalie.
Bonino.
That's my goalie, man. Oh my God.
Bonino.
So this is my lineup. Okay, I have Barzal, the 2 Kachucks on each wing, Chris Tanev with Miro Heiskanen. That's actually a low key, a really good pairing, and Mikko Kokkonen Capo Kokkonen. Oh,
Yeah, Binner.
Kakinen.
You didn't want Binner?
Oh,
So you have-
Bennington. Yeah. He sucks this year though.
so you have Barzell to Chuck, and who else?
Heiskanen with Tanev. It's a pretty solid
Okay.
pairing, and then
Bennington.
I'm gonna go with Bennington. Yeah, that's probably the right call, actually.
All right, I'm just gonna write it down
Alright.
so I can tell you why your team is bad. Anyway,
Dude,
My
that
team-
that line though, the 2 Kachucks with Matt Barzal, that's actually kind of fire.
Hmm.
I love this line.
Alright.
Actually, I love
that-
that team.
is that Wheeler?
That's Adam Lowry,
Oh no.
Nathan McKinnon,
Yeah, there we go.
Matthew Joseph. Oh, Heppo Niemi? Young Guns.
Oh,
I'm
Young
gonna keep
guns.
that.
That's a good pull.
Shea Weber,
okay.
Tyler Mott, Cal Peterson, and Nikita Zadorov.
Okay. That's not bad. That's okay.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You got one more. Lars
I
Anderson.
don't know.
This guy, Michael
This guy.
Skabosa,
Don't even read it. Keep
Um,
going.
This guy.
Jack Strudnicka,
What the hell is this?
Hayden Verbeek, Young Guns.
This is a rigged system.
Oh, you
bro.
got Corey Perry.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you were
That's
so
Corey
excited
Perry.
for that, and it was not what
Yeah.
I expected.
I'm so happy right now.
Giuseppe?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Kyle Clifford and
You gotta stop
Devontae
getting.
Smith.
You're getting excited for the wrong people, bro. My
Bro.
team sucks, bro. I don't even have a goalie, man.
You were
What the hell
making
is
fun
this
of my
shit?
You're not.
team. You're making fun of my team. I think I'm pretty
Peterson.
happy
You
with my
have-
team. I got the 2
Peterson.
You do
Kachucks.
have Kyle Peterson. All right.
Bruh, this
We'll open
is
mine.
ridiculous.
Oh, legendary backup goalie Cal Peterson. Let's go.
He's having a good year.
Ponch is
actually
gonna
having a good
get
year. I
Crosby
like
and
Cal Peterson.
McDavid. Watch.
I've got TJ Brody,
Oh, good
Tyson
start.
Berry, Tobias Reeder,
Better slow
Eric.
down here.
Gustafson, Pius Sutter. All right, cool. Anthony Siu, Nolan Patrick,
Ew.
and Duclair.
Oh, Duclair. That's a good one.
That's a solid.
Birdo's team gets 0 wins from
Hey, you know
Hughes
what?
Wiz.
Chat, hear me out. Make sure when we vote on whose team is best, you gotta go off the arguments, not the players. Okay, the arguments you
Bro,
make. So
the
keep
argument
in
is the
mind.
easiest one to make. Brady Tkachuk and Matthew
no,
Tkachuk just
I
beat up
don't hear- I don't
McKinnon.
Bird is
hear-
so toxic.
Bro,
hear it.
the 2 Kachucks beat up your McKinnon. You got nothing left there.
Shh, someone mute Mike's
Got-
mic.
Jacob Delarose, what a
Maxi.
legend.
Comtois, Derek Forbert, Andrew Cogliano, Sharks legend. Oh, hey, I got a Canuck.
Is that Horvat?
Yeah, I got
Very
a Horvat.
nice.
Wow.
Solid pull, solid
David Perron, Evgeny Donanov, Ryan O'Reilly, and Devin Taves. All right, I
Ooh,
got one
that's
more.
a good defenseman.
Ryan Donato, Sharks legend. Yeah, this guy. Wayne Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go!
That chat
I got
move?
Di Pietro.
Oh,
Oh, okay, there you go. That's a good goal.
Pietro.
Nice.
Unreal.
Sharks legend. He gave up 7 goals in his debut. David Perron,
He remembers.
Leon Draisaitl, and Connor McDavid. But
Okay,
a
that doesn't
That's-
count.
It's a card in a pack. Nino Niederreiter and Brad Richardson.
Wait,
All
you
right.
open up
Got
3
McDavid?
packs for your team. How's this fair?
Yeah,
how's
that's
this fair?
not fair, bro.
That last
Come
pack
on.
doesn't count. What is it?
That
I'll
doesn't
give you.
count.
I'll give you
that's definitely-
DiPietro. I'll give you DiPietro.
That's definitely fair. I paid for the box.
That's true. Actually, he did
Paid
pay
for it.
He did pay for it. All right, Ponch, you get the extra packs you did pay for. That's fair. That's fair.
That McDavid Draisaitl card is bullshit though. I'm not counting that one. All right.
Yeah,
you can't
you
have
can't
two
have
in
Counting
one.
it, Chad. We're
You can't-
counting it.
No, you
No.
have them both on the
No.
same card.
No. That's just so
I
fitting.
think we're
Honestly,
counting it.
it's so fitting. You just can't have Draisaitl without McDavid. You know, he just needs him
Yeah.
on the ice all the
Bro,
time. You know.
McDavid's ranked
think
like
so.
320th in the NHL in terms of defensive attributes, is all I'm going to say. So Brady Tkachuk beats up McDavid a little bit, slows him down, holding. They don't call that in the playoffs. And then, Matthew Tkachuk works on Draisaitl. Barzal's open season, baby. Michael DiPietro ain't got nothing for Barzal. Ain't got
What if I
nothing.
just run 2 David Perrons?
I just
All
shoot
right, let's
shots
see
at
Jake's team. Let's see
everybody.
Jake's team.
Oh, sorry.
This is all
All
I
right.
need for my team.
Kevin
What is that? I can't
Shattenkirk.
even tell.
It's Kevin
Kevin
Shattenkirk.
Shattenkirk. He's all I
Okay.
need. You
All
guys
right.
want me to show you guys these?
Yeah, go through.
Go for it.
I got
Go,
six
go
of
through
them.
like
I got six. I got 6 of them. I got an entire
Just do
team.
random
Okay.
6. Yeah.
All right. So we got Kevin Shattenkirk. We got
Backstrom?
Nicholas Backstrom.
Okay.
This is randomly picked, by the way, by my
Two Washington
deck of like
Capitals.
hundreds of cards. Tyler Bertuzzi.
Bertuzzi. Okay.
He takes a
That's
lot
good.
of shots, but not the 2 he needs. Dylan Larkin. Here we go.
Jesus.
Another Red Wing, the captain.
Okay.
Elias Lindholm. And, oh, wow. And Zach Parise.
Okay, prime Zach Parise though.
Let me just point out one thing here. Okay.
Oh, guys, already bring up the teams now.
Still, this is all I
Oh
need.
my
No. I just want to point one thing out. I just want you guys to know that these are Tim Hortons cards from Jake, so there's not gonna be any bad card. Okay, so he
Oh
cheated
my
already.
god.
What?
So that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. They're not gonna make a Kasperi Kapanen card.
Berta, I'm
Okay.
so glad we agree that my team's the best because
I didn't say that.
if
I
we
didn't
can,
even
no,
say
no,
that.
no,
about
hear me
that.
out, 'cause we already established that my team's most solid out of the packs from Ponchi. So since that's already established, I think clearly I'm the winner. The 2 Kachucks.
I don't
We
think
will
about
we will
that.
do we will do
Barzal.
this on the power play. All right, we'll do this on the power play.
This
But
is my
I
entire
know Ponch want to do
team.
something here with these cards.
All right.
Oh yeah, Ponch want to do something with
Let's-
the cards. That's true.
All right. So, chat, if you've got questions, essentially, so what a tarot reading is using cards to predict the future. Chat, ask us questions, ask us anything.
Yeah.
We're gonna use.
Chat, ask, will the Montreal Canadiens win tonight against the Buffalo Sabres? Actually, that's my question. To give an example.
All right,
My
I'm
answer's
gonna
yes, but we'll see
summon
what
the
he says.
spirits of hockey.
The answer
from-
is no.
The answer is 100% yes. 4 wins in a
All
row,
right.
baby. Let's go. Making the playoffs.
Let's see.
Imagine.
Yo, they win every
So-
game and they'd still have 92 points.
You got Ryan Donato, so I'm guessing that's a hard no.
Yo, Ryan
No.
Donato is an NHL player, man.
I
That's a no.
very
That's
low
a
on the
hard no.
wins list though.
That's a hard no. Damn.
Alright,
Will go.
Do the Canucks find a way to make the playoffs?
What do the cards say?
What do they say?
Adam Lowry. Probably
I
they
think-
do.
That just means
I
they're
think
gonna
they
put up a
do,
fight.
but they just. I think they do, but they just make it in.
Okay. All right.
I think Adam
4 a.m.
Lowry
has a
shows that it's
question.
going to be a fight and the future's uncertain.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
I
good
think
one.
that's my answer.
4 a.m. is saying question: is Sidney Crosby washed?
Let's see what the cards say.
Let's find out. I
Mhm.
I would say no.
Nathan McKinnon.
Oh.
So
Yo,
that's a no.
that's a clear no. He ain't washed.
I think that's a
W right
clear
there.
no.
What that means?
Wait, we got McKinnon on that question?
That's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
they train
Personally-
together too. That's kind of nuts.
I
What?
think this is what the card is telling us. I think the card is actually telling us that he's not washed.
He's not
But if he
washed.
wants to win another cup, he has to leave, and that's why
Let me pull
Crosby
up the stats.
to
They're,
Colorado
Toronto.
next year. Book
bro,
it.
they're. I mean, Pittsburgh's still second in their division right now.
Jake, let me ask you, okay? If Crosby went to Colorado, would you still be a diehard Penguins fan, or would you cheer for Colorado to win the
Oh,
cup?
dude, I'm a Penguins fan for life. Crosby, no Crosby, of course.
That's fair.
You wouldn't be mad at him?
No, dude. Dude, I said this. I looked so. Hold on, I have a screen open. I said I actually would love it if Crosby went to Philly. I think that'd be the most funniest thing in the world if Crosby somehow went to Philadelphia. Because
my God.
then they'd have to cheer for him, right? So no, I wouldn't be mad if Crosby left Pittsburgh at all.
I want to see Giroux in Pittsburgh. That'd be funny.
I do too. I want him to come to our team this year for a cup run. I really do.
Giroux straight up for Kapanen and a second.
Yes.
In
a first. Give him a first.
Kapanen, a first, and like a third for Claude Giroux. Imagine. No, Kapanen, a first. How high are you on Samuel Poulin?
Sam
Poulin, the prospect for the Pittsburgh
Penguins. That's a Penguins. I was like, that sounds so familiar. Not very high. Not very high.
So him, Kapanen, and a first for Claude Giroux.
Yes.
Well, let's see what the cards say.
Make it happen. Is that going to happen? Make it happen, Pittsburgh. Come on.
Cards say Tyler Pitlick, so probably not.
Although Tyler Pitlick was just traded, guys.
Oh, he was
just traded.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm on to something. Tyler Pitlick was just traded to my Montreal Canadiens.
Why are these cards actually like kind of relatable to what's happening in the world?
Yeah, because Tyler Pitlick's now a Montreal Canadian. And I'm a HABS fan, and I'm the one who made the prediction. And he was traded. Like, I'm just saying that maybe it will happen.
Okay. I have a good question, okay?
Okay, go for it.
Will Florida beat Tampa in the playoffs?
What do we have?
We have down.
I have no idea.
Upside down Barzell. I don't think so. If it's an upside down Barzell, then I don't think so.
Because it's upside down.
It's a hex.
It's a hex. I don't think they will.
That's harsh.
I think that means is there's gonna be it's gonna be a speedy series. There's gonna be lots of speed in it, and I believe that Tampa beat the Islanders, so Barzell's on the Islanders. So if Tampa beat the Islanders and we pull the Barzell card, that means that Florida is not as good as the Islanders, and they will also beat Florida. That's what I think.
See, who do you think's gonna get the first overall pick in the draft?
I think it's going to be
Arizona.
I'm gonna say Buffalo. Yeah. I think they're gonna get it.
We have Ottawa.
It's gonna be Ottawa. I see that.
I was gonna say Ottawa, but they've been winning games like every now and then, so I don't know if they'll finish last.
Montreal's about to win 10 in a row, so it's not gonna be them.
All right, chat asked, will the Leafs get past, or will get past in the first round?
Oh, I like this.
Will they get past the first round?
Will they get past?
Pass.
Yeah.
Working that magic.
Oh no. Tyler Pitlick again.
Oh.
What does that mean?
No, it's Arizona. No? I don't think so. Or they go on a championship run because he's on Montreal.
Or is that saying Matthews will get traded to AZ next season?
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but Arizona wouldn't have a team to ice. They'd have to trade away their entire system for Matthews. Straight up. They'd have to trade their entire system. Like, here, Toronto, here's our team.
Arizona what would their selling point be? Yeah, you can play home. We've got this nice brand new 5,000 person arena that you can play in.
We got Louis Eriksson you can play with. You can play with Phil Kessel, another former amazing goal scorer. So
you can play with you can play with Stanley Cup champion Andrew Ladd.
There you go.
It sucks how badly they messed up Arizona, eh? It sucks. Like, if they could have had like a competent anybody running that team, how amazing would it be if they were a success? Like, that could grow the game of hockey so much. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. Let's not get into that.
All right. Last one before we move on to the power play, I think, if you guys are okay with that. All right. Whatever team you pick out of this deck wins the cup.
Okay, before you do that, then we have a fan connection question.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So, Cam Jennings, does Columbus make a wild card spot? Or just, how about let's just add, makes the playoffs? Does Columbus make the playoffs? Upside down.
I think upside down Sharks. I think they do, but just barely.
They don't.
Upside down,
Sharks are right on
the upside down is a red flag.
It's man. It's always a red flag. Yeah.
They won't. They won't make it, Cam. Sorry, buddy.
No, I don't think
Cam.
All right,
They'll
what
give
was
it
the
their
last one?
wholehearted try.
So
though,
yeah,
I'm
the
sure.
last one is
They
whatever
will.
you draw from the deck, whatever team it is, that's who wins the cup this year.
Can
And
we
we will
each-
play this clip back in history every single year because
Oh.
it'll be right.
All right.
Minnesota Wild.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
no, not the
No,
Minnesota
no,
Wild,
no,
because
no.
it's the San Jose Sharks. Because Benino's he's not on the Wild anymore. He's on the
Oh,
Sharks.
with the redraw then. Okay.
Oh, that does. Okay, yeah, we'll redraw. We redraw.
Well,
Yeah, it doesn't. It's outdated
that's-
card.
Watch Minnesota win. They'll win now.
Yeah. Oh my
Minnesota
God.
and the Sharks. All right. What do we have?
Upside down.
The
That's like-
Blues.
All right, so
Upside-
we
okay,
so we
upside
know
down,
the
though,
Blues are
yeah.
gonna lose. We know the Blues.
Yeah,
do
we
not
know the
win.
Blues are gonna. Yeah, it's upside down. They're gonna
The
lose.
Blues do not win the cup this year. That's our prediction
Yes.
right there.
Third draw. But this one actually real. There's like the real one though, for real.
The Blues
Once
win
again.
the cup this year.
We
Alright,
got the
well,
Blues.
You know
So-
what? In math, you get you get a negative and a
Oh my God.
negative, and it just
Yeah.
You
cancels
guys
out, right?
told me
So-
to draw the
two-
card for the cup, right? Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Okay,
There it
Oh,
is.
no,
okay.
but this guy's rigging it. This guy's rigging it, bro. Let's call
A
it.
Pittsburgh fan pulling the Pittsburgh card. Classic. All right,
Very nice.
let's
That was fun.
let's move on from the fortune telling. Our next topic for today is going to be pick a team. So we already picked our teams, right? Jake, you're going to have to put your team together from the cards you selected, but Berta, myself, and Poncho, we already put our teams together from our cards. So chat, basically, we're each going to give up an argument, and then you decide who has the best team, okay? So I'll go first because I have my team written down in front of me.
Before you go, let me reiterate, chat. Okay,
Oh,
I need you guys to vote here. We need you guys to vote on who's
My
the
God.
best team, but you gotta go on the arguments. Don't go on the team because that's cheap. Okay, you gotta go on the best
It's
compelling
smart. You
argument.
go based on the team. The arguments are just a way of
no.
swaying
Berta's
you.
just doing this so
No,
you give
no.
him
Because
votes. You feel
The
bad for him.
best argument
I
you
feel-
make for your team is the team you should vote for.
Yeah, I'd feel bad too if I'd lost a power play.
Let's go on. Go ahead, Mike.
Man, I'd feel bad if I was a Canucks fan. Oh my.
Okay, let's move on, please.
All
I feel
right.
bad if Mike
So-
DiPietro gave up 7 goals in his debut.
Alright.
All right, so this is my team, okay? Real quick. The two Kachucks, Brady and Matthew Kachuk, each wing. Matt Barzal at center. You got the speed at center. You got the grit, the grind on the wing. Matthew Kachuk has that goal-scoring finesse. You've seen him between the legs goals, left, right, and center. Barzal can snipe it now. He's been working on his shot. Brady Kachuk brings that grit, that captaincy. Is he the captain of Ottawa? I think so, eh? He's the captain of Ottawa?
Hmm.
He's got that captaincy on him, so he's got our leadership right there. Miro Heiskanen, puck-moving defenseman. He can skate up the ice with ease, with beautiful strides. And he's still young, too, so he's only getting better. Chris Tanev, veteran defensive defenseman, makes up for any mistake that Heiskanen makes. A great defensive player, great metrics defensively as a defenseman. And then, obviously, cup-winning Jordan Binnington. Cup winner on this team. That's all the chemistry we need. We got a cup winner, we got a captain, puck moving defenseman who's young, a grit grind older defenseman who knows how to cover up for the rookie's mistakes. We got the two Kachucks out there, Matt Barzal, the legend who took over for John Tavares and put up 90 points or whatever it was in his first year. That's a good squad. Not much to hate about it. I don't see how I'm seeing Ellis from Bertaman and Cam, but I mean, whatever you want, man. Binnington's a better goalie than what the other two guys have, so I'm not too concerned. And Heiskanen and Tanev will make him look better. That much I tell you. All right. Ponchi, your turn.
Okay. So, did you write it down or did you want me to say it again?
I didn't write it down, but you can say it because I'm not gonna.
That's okay.
I can't write each one in the poll.
That's okay. So, I've got on my right wing, I've got Anthony Duclair. Very, very good in Florida. He's having a very good year. In the center, I've got Bo Horvat. I think he's a good center guy. Great veteran presence. I like him. Too bad that he's just on a tough team right now. Kind of in the bottom of the Pacific. Hasn't won a cup yet. Going through a dry spout right now. Yeah, I think that's about it. And I've got on my left wing Ryan O'Reilly. I'm going to move him to the wing. I think that's a solid left winger. As my defenseman, I've got Barry on the right. I've got Brody on the left. It's good. It's a solid paired.
So you have
Okay,
Barry,
so-
Brody, and you
I like
had
Barry.
and
I like Barry.
O'Reilly on the wing, and who was the other two? Sorry.
So, I've got Duclair, Horvat,
Okay.
Riley, Barry on the left, Brody on the right, and my goalie is either DiPietro. I only pulled DiPietro, but I'm gonna go for the wild card here. I'm gonna put Wayne Simmons in as goal because he hasn't let in 7 goals in his debut. So
All right,
All right.
Bertaman.
Okay. So I will go off on your guys' teams, but this is after. Okay, we'll go off after. So I don't even need to name the rest of my team. I have Nathan McKinnon, the best player in the world. And he's the most dynamic player, the best shooter, the best skater, the best everything you can do, the best leader. And the rest of the team doesn't really matter. But I only did pull one defenseman, so we got Zadorov on defense. And he's a big body, and he is going to carry the defense like nobody else. And if not, we got Cal Peterson in net. And you know what? We actually have a guy who's aging drastically, and but he's still finding a way to play games, and that's Corey Perry. And so that's why we're going to put him on defense, because he wants a new challenge. He's so good at everything else he does anyway, so why not play defense? So we have Perry, Zadorov on defense. We got Heponiemi, an emerging star. Tyler Mott. Every single team in the league wants Tyler Mott right now because he's that good, that fast, that agile, and he's just that hardworking. So we'll go to him and Heponiemi. And in between the two of them, we got Nathan McKinnon, the best player on the planet. So there we go. That's my team.
It's a hot take at the end there.
Fair
Wow.
enough. Jake,
that's
debatable.
what's your squad looking like? I am ready to go off on both Berta and Ponchi, who's running Simmons and nets. But okay, continue.
So I don't know what happened on the bus ride to the arena, but we lost some of our comrades, and I'm only left with one player. So it's gonna have to be the one and only Kevin Shattenkirk is my team. He's won a Stanley Cup. He's a beast. He's handsome, and he plays for the Ducks. That's all I got.
What the hell is that? If you want to talk about losing an argument, you just did it in 10 seconds.
I have a
There you-
big feeling Chat knows hockey. Chat, you
Jake's-
know.
Jake's
Don't
team
tell
has
what to
more
do.
Stanley Cup rings than.
All right,
Don't
all right.
vote
The
for chat
poll,
if you're
the
like
poll
this.
is up, chat. Let us know who you think has the best team as we debate here. I've already seen a vote for me. Berta has 3 votes. Guys, he literally has 1 defenseman. Corey Perry is so slow.
dude,
Any
dude,
one of our teams
Cal
can just skate
Peterson.
around him.
We don't even need
Cal
defense.
Peterson's a
with Cal
backup
Peterson.
goalie. He's a backup
Dude,
goalie. I have a cup
Every
winning
Peterson
goalie.
in the league, every Peterson in every league is good. He's gonna figure it out, okay? He's a backup
I'm
goalie
gonna
for
win
20 years.
Peterson in
He
the
knows
league.
what it takes to win
It's
now.
not
He
spelled
knows
the
what it takes to
same.
win.
It's not even spelled the same.
I'm
And
winning.
And also, yeah, Jake somehow winning now. He's got 5 votes. Ponchi has Wade Simmons in nets. First of all, O'Reilly, one of the best centers in the league, is on the wing.
What is that?
He's so slow. What
He
is he
can play
gonna
wing.
do? You put
He can play
Moholt at
wing.
center over O'Reilly? That's
I need one
terrible.
in center there, you're gonna lose every game.
Yeah, so right there, I
I
can't even
needed-
think about voting for Ponchi. I mean, Jake's
Oh
literally
my-
just got Kevin Shattenkirk playing on every position, so it's Kevin Shattenkirk with. It's probably the best chemistry you'll ever see in the game. But Kevin Shattenkirk's flawed. He's not very good defensively. He's pure offensive
Yeah,
I don't know
defenseman.
about that.
Yo.
It's a Stanley Cup champion, all right?
Bro,
How many
I don't
cups
see
does
Kevin
your...
Shattenkirk making sprawling saves like that.
Oh, I've seen it. You gotta get on the tapes,
Bro,
Mike. I've
Jake's
seen
at
it, I
6
swear.
votes, Berta's at 4, Ponch is at
This
1, and
is
I'm at 1.
this is horrible.
This feels
Dude,
slightly
we're not
rigged.
even talking about Mike's team. We don't need to take apart Mike's team since he only has 1 vote. But like, do you understand?
Bro,
Nobody's gonna get along on your team. Like,
It
Bennington's
doesn't matter. We're gonna win games. Everyone will get along.
The Chuck brothers are gonna get mad at each other. They're gonna get in a
it's
fight in
fire.
the middle of the
It's fuel
game.
of
The
fire.
brothers
And then
will be fighting.
Yeah, they're gonna be
It's fuel of
fighting, and then
fire.
Brothers never fight.
yeah, yeah, and like I don't know what to say, man. Chat, you
I
guys
actually should
failed.
have gone pro.
You guys let Shattenkirk win. You guys let Kevin Shattenkirk
You guys,
have like.
you guys let Matt Barzal, the two Kachucks, Miro Heiskanen, Chris Tadev, and Jordan Binnington, arguably arguably the best team here, lose? Really? Would you guys have been happier if I picked the other goalie I got? Who was the other goalie I had?
Honestly, yeah, he wouldn't pick a fight with the
Kakkonen?
team. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Bro, I've got that team that you're never going to want to play against, bro. You want to go up against the two Kachucks?
Are you kidding me?
And deal
Do
with
you want to play against?
Bennington?
Do you want to play against
Never actually-
McKinnon?
Yes,
wanna play
because I have
against
the two
Shattenkirk.
Kachucks and Chris
McKinnon's
Tanev
better.
and Miro
McKinnon skate
Heiskanen.
circles around all of them.
So what? We beat him by committee. There you go. We get him in his own end. He
No.
can't do anything. He's alone.
No.
Like,
You guys
is
need to
is
find
Heponiemi going
someone-
to do anything? No. No one's
that,
voting for
that
me
looks
anyway.
at you like I look at Kevin Shattenkirk. So you need someone.
Dude,
Dude,
I'm gonna rip that card, Jake. That's what I'm gonna do.
Look
I
at
can't
him.
believe he won with Kevin Shattenkirk
Kevin
alone.
Shattenkirk.
He's
Absolute,
perfect.
absolute
This kind of
BS.
breaks my heart. I thought I was gonna win, hands down. I thought I had a great team.
That was horrible.
I literally thought I was
Chat,
gonna
you
win
guys
that.
failed. I have no hope for you guys
Yo,
anymore.
Cheese said sorry. Tim's cards are OP. It's not because it's a Tim's card.
It is a Tim's
okay?
card. They are
Leave
OP.
me alone. I didn't
Punch,
cheat.
that hurts. Oh, you contributed 30 bits again. Thank you, Paunchy.
Edit.
I'll put that towards when we get more emotes.
Wait, did you vote for Jake too then?
He did.
I voted for Jake 3
What the
times.
hell,
4
man?
times.
Oh my God.
No way. Let's go.
course it
Thank
was
What
you,
fun.
is
Vaughn.
this rigged?
I didn't want to win. I wasn't gonna win, but at least it's more fun watching you guys lose.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, Ponch, you're a real one. Thanks, bro. Thank you. I thought chat voted for me, though. Now I kind of feel like a fool.
They all voted for me. I'm the
Yeah,
people's
everyone
champ.
voted
probably
Berto
did.
right now.
They probably did vote for you.
Oh, the Electoral College, son.
Bro,
You don't-
why is everyone so high on Zadorov? He literally plays one hit a month, and that's why he's in the NHL.
Listen,
Like, let's be
Zadorov's massive. He has rockets of a shot sometimes here and there. Okay.
He can
And,
skate, too. I think.
yeah,
Yo,
he's-
the
he's a
man,
big-
the man lays one big hit a month, and that's his paycheck.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Are you just sad that Weber's not playing anymore?
Yo, Weber's a legend, bro. He's putting up better offensive numbers in Montreal than he was in Nashville. Let's be real.
All right.
He's playing with the
Bird, I
club
was
foot,
gonna
by the
say
way.
that.
He's playing with the club foot.
Guys, I swear to God, if you make Jake win the next poll too, like he can't be undefeated on the podcast or undefeated on the power play. It makes no sense. He won last time as well.
The
Didn't he? I
won once.
next poll. What's the next poll?
The next one, the Uncharted one. Did you not do it? Did you not see it?
Oh shit! I didn't pick a guy for Uncharted. I'll be the judge.
Oh,
then.
that's
I'll be the
okay.
judge.
Okay,
But
okay.
I wasn't able to make the
Wow,
graphics for it,
Mike.
unfortunately.
No.
Oh no.
Uh,
Okay, that's all right.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
even worry
guys. I
about
was
it.
working late today. It was a tough one. It was a tough
Well,
one.
do you guys have someone, or do you want to leave it?
I've got somebody.
Jake, you have somebody?
I had someone, but to be fair, dude, like I've seen the movie. There's not too many characters. I have a feeling we're probably all gonna maybe have the same one. We'll see.
I haven't seen the movie, so let's try not to do any spoilers. Or
I won't. No. It's just like pitching your own. You know, like it's just
Well,
like
okay.
it would be a good adventure character. You know.
Well, because
Right,
Berta
right.
said Indiana Jones / Uncharted, I went more Indiana Jones.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, so yeah, let your picks be known, guys. Ponch, I'll let you start. Oh, no, sorry, Jake, you're the guest. I'll let you start us off. and
Well,
then we'll go
hold
Ponch.
on. I let someone else go first because
All
I'm
right,
actually I gotta double
Punchy.
check.
Ponch, you start us off. Who's
All
your
right.
pick for an adventure character? As a
My
player?
adventure character has it all. He's smart. He was fast. He's on the older side now. And he's very good looking. The one and only King Henrik.
Okay. Okay.
I've
Alright.
got King Henrik, like Harrison Ford's will be the one and only Indiana Jones. But King Henrik, like as Indiana Jones, that'd be a solid pick.
Okay. All right. That's not bad. You already took apart your player or your choice in your argument, but I'll mention that afterwards. So I will mention mine. All right. Mine is much better, guys. It is a much better pick. I'm sure chat's gonna like it a lot as well. My adventure / Indiana Jones / Uncharted character, Nathan Drake. You know, one of those types of people that would carry an adventure movie of that sort would be Mr. Eric Goodbranson. Okay. Eric Goodbranson has gone from Pittsburgh to Vancouver to Ottawa, now Calgary. He's been around the world already. He is an adventure man himself. Okay. He's been everywhere you want to be. And this guy has a rocket of a shot. You need a shooter, someone who can shoot, he can snipe, and he's a big body as well, so he's not easily pushed around. So that's why you want Eric Goodbranson as well. And if you're looking about a movie type deal for someone who can, like, you know, put the face on the poster, right? You see the beard of Eric Goodbranson, even without a beard, any look this guy wants, he can pull off. And he's a guy you can put butts in seats in theaters, okay? So that's why I've gone Eric Goodbranson as my choice.
Man, Berta, did you rehearse that in the mirror like last night or something? You had that down to a T.
Yeah,
No, I just-
I sounded very
Jeez.
much prepared, eh?
Holy
No. I just my argument is the best one. It's just so easy to argue about.
man. Okay. Well, I can go ahead now. Okay.
Yeah,
I
go
got
ahead.
it. Okay. I actually almost misunderstood the question, so I'm glad these boys went first. And I'm stuck between two, but honestly, at the end of the day, I think I gotta go with San Jose Sharks' Brent Burns. Also, on the fact that he is a huge freaking dude with a huge ass beard. And I'll tell you one thing, if you're out there and you got guys fighting you, shooting you, and you need someone to protect you, you better count on Brent Burns to grab someone and help you out. Also, he hasn't been around the world leaving teams, but he has been to the Olympics, you know. He has played Stanley Cup Finals. He's been around the world. You know what I mean? He's done there. He's been there. He has the tattoos to kind of fill out the adventure man, kind of badass looking guy look. And honestly, I think Brent Burns is the clear winner. He could put his hair up in a little, like, what do you call that? Like a little tie, little man bun. You got the big beard, just sweating. I think Chat knows who to vote for on this one.
Well, here we go, Jake. I mean, I like your argument. You know, that's great. But here's why you're wrong.
Hang on. I need to get my input on here. I was going to go with Brent Burns. I was going to go with Brent Burns, and I thought of someone even better. I thought of Tyler Seguin. He's got the charisma, he's got the looks, and he's got the physique. He's a really well-fit individual. Obviously, all NHL players are, but he's in really good shape. He's still young. He's very handsome. He's considered very handsome around the league. I'm just saying. He's on a lot of lists for top or hot whatever NHL players. You know what I mean? So that's a plus too, because he can sell tickets. He gets people in the seats. He gets that other demographic than all the NHL fans. He gets everybody because he's handsome. He's an NHL player, and he just knows what he's doing. You know, he can pull off the beard. He can pull off no beard. He doesn't need to have a beard, but he can if you want that rugged look. So I think Tyler Seguin is the best pick. He's got some tattoos, adds some personality to him. He's been on some TV shows before. He was on one of the Cribs shows. I don't remember which show it was, but he was on one of those shows. So he's got the charisma as well. That's my pick, Tyler Seguin. He has what it takes to take a lead role in an adventure movie.
Okay, well, that's a great argument as well. But you know what? But the thing is, you know why your argument's nice and also makes nice? The reason why is you guys took key points of my arguments and based it on your player. Okay, so this is clear plagiarism and copyright, and I will not stand for it.
I will not stand for it. We literally just followed the instructions of the power play.
No, I will not stand for it. You mentioned his beard. I talked about the beard, okay? You mentioned he's been everywhere. I've mentioned he's been everywhere.
I didn't say everywhere. He's been to Dallas and to Boston.
Jake said it.
I think this is a bit of a stretch. I'm seeing Brent Burns win. I'm seeing Brent Burns in the league.
The thing is,
I think Brent Burns is a winner.
No, Brent Burns is a brute. He's like a huge, he's like the muscle guy. Yeah. He's not the adventure guy.
He's not the lead. He's that guy that lead beats in a fight. What? Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He's the guy that Tyler Seguin in the lead role takes down. That's exactly how it works.
Honestly, I would agree if it was Eric Branson.
Tyler Seguin, the charismatic, emphasis on charismatic.
Branson,
pretty boy. Good Branson, charismatic. Come on, guys. Good Branson.
Charismatic. No. Have you seen his mustache?
So he's using mustache as a personality? Come on. You can't have a mustache as your personality? Well, you have him stand still in front of the camera with a mustache and just say that's his personality?
I personally think Seguin would be dead in an hour. Just being honest, Mike. I'm sorry. Seguin would get squashed.
He's got that. No.
He just sells posters. That's all he does. He just sells the movie posters.
That's what you need. You need the guy who can sell movie posters too, though. And it is a movie, guys. After all, it is a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Acting. You need charisma, hence Tyler Seguin. You guys all pick guys. I will give you. Brent Burns does have charisma. I'll give you that. But you guys pick like guys who are very quiet. Good Branson's a pretty quiet guy. He's not going to be the charisma. He's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
He's pretty. quiet.
You know, you see anybody who. No, if he's a chirper on the ice. You know, he's not a quiet guy.
I don't know about that.
I'm kidding. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. That's what you want. You want a nice guy, okay? You want a nice guy.
Your character can't just be a nice guy. You can't.
Yeah, he can.
No, you can't just be a nice
nicer guy than Branson.
I forgot about it.
I completely forgot
the reason why your argument was wrong is because you said he's old now. Why do you want an old man to be like one of these guys doing these flips and all these tricks and all of that? Where's his mobility?
Flips?
Oh, dude, they got an ad during the votes. They didn't hear anything what we just said.
They got an ad.
All right.
Guys, all you need to know is vote Tyler Seguin. Clearly the winner. He's charismatic. He sells the posters. He can act. and he's a very handsome dude as well. So I mean, there's not much to miss out there. You know what I mean? Dad Nine
Yeah.
Sports has the ad blocker, so he did everything.
Well-
and I'm assuming Dad Nine Sports, you're the other vote for me. So I appreciate you
chat,
trying.
Just
You wanna
just
run
so
it
guys
again,
know-
though?
Yeah, we should run it one more time. Just like the chat,
Run
do
it
like
again.
a 30-second vote because
All
you know
right.
what? I think you guys messed up here. All right, you guys messed up. You guys missed all the arguments. Well, there was an ad, and they all kind
What?
of agreed that my chat was or my
Yeah.
character is the best one. So they all agreed
What?
that Eric Grants is the best
I don't think
one.
Eric
I guess you guys
Branson has
missed.
traveled to the second round.
Well,
Oh.
I think
No.
I don't think that matters. He's been around the world. He's been from
Damn.
Ottawa to Pittsburgh to Vancouver to Calgary, and now he's probably gonna
Yeah.
go past the second round this year as well.
So he's been with Vancouver for a long time. He for sure hasn't seen the second round.
Well, that doesn't matter. Okay, let's not. Why are we even talking about this? This is Uncharted. Okay, this is Indiana Jones. Okay, you think Harrison Ford's been past the second round? No, he doesn't play hockey.
No, but Hank has. He's been to the Cup
Hank's
finals,
washed. Hank's like 65 years old, man. Come on.
and he's still better looking.
Is he though?
Dude, all I'm saying is Tyler Seguin's
You
charismatic.
cannot say
handsome feller.
he's not good looking.
He's known to be liked
rip-off
by a
Bradley
lot
Cooper.
of fans. And
Bradley Cooper is a rip-off Hank Lundqvist.
All right, guys. Chat. I know you guys will do well here. Okay.
no,
you will
chat
do
knows
me
to vote for Tyler
upper.
Seguin. Now that they heard all
Alright.
the arguments, see like 2-0,
Branson.
2-1 lead right now.
I
Tyler
don't
Seguin.
need to argue
Branson.
anything, guys. You guys know it's Brent Burns.
No,
I-
everyone knows it's Tyler Seguin. He's got the charisma. He's got the acting chops. He's been on shows before. He knows how it's done. He knows how it's done, guys. He knows how to put on a show. Oh god, Brent Burns is already winning again. Cam
Oh,
Jennings
man.
already voted for Jake. I think
I was
I think
gonna
that's
say
a little
here-
biased. I think that's a little
You
biased.
guys have failed.
I was gonna sit here and argue, but guys, come on. Just picture. I already said it once, but picture Brent Burns running at you with a freaking katana, just running at you, screaming. Okay, there's no way that man does not. I don't know. He finds the gold.
fair.
All right. Well, now that I've already lost because Brent Burns just won with a 4
So I'm gonna win again.
votes. Brent Burns was my pick until you picked him, and I just threw Tyler Seguin out there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, bro.
It's all
I was
good.
gonna say, kind of odd that Dad Nine says Tyler Seguin and then you say Tyler Seguin.
No, I had said Tyler Seguin before he said Tyler Seguin.
You know what's crazy though? I
I
thought
didn't
the
see him say Tyler
question.
Seguin.
I thought the question when I first knew about it. I thought we had to pick an Uncharted character as an NHL player at first.
Oh,
So
I thought so too.
I had no idea who to pick, and I just thought of Brent Burns. So
Yeah, I
That's a
thought
good pick.
that too.
I
All
thought
right,
I was
well,
thinking
Jake-
Brent Burns, but like, yeah.
Jake goes 2-0 in the power play shutout win for Jake
Thanks,
on
Chad.
this podcast. Congratulations, Satisfied Jake. Obviously, as
Burns
a
man.
guest, we let you win because we're nice. So we won't go easy on you next time.
thank you.
Anyway, let's move on to the last topic for today before we end off the stream. So let's just quickly cover. There's, I think, 5 games tonight. Yeah, 5 games on tonight. Let's just give a quick prediction from ourselves as to who will win. And next podcast, I guess on Sunday or whenever we decide to do the next podcast, we'll see if we were right or wrong. If we went 3-2, 3 or 4-0, or 4-1 or whatever on tonight's games. So the first matchup for tonight is between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens roll into the game with a 3-game winning streak. Buffalo, I'm not too sure. I think they might have won their last game, might have lost. I don't know. But the last matchup between the two was a close game. But Jeff Skinner scored 4 goals to give the Buffalo Sabres the win. So for tonight's game, who do you think takes the cake?
I would say Montreal continues rolling here. It's a good
Alright.
game to keep winning here and keep the streak going.
All right, Ponchi, what do you think?
You know, I've got the potential Cup champions Buffalo Sabres. Tage Thompson, you're on my fantasy team. I need you to score a Hattie fan.
I don't know. That's
Guys,
gonna happen.
serious?
I'm
I'm
very
going
serious.
Montreal, man.
As a heart attack.
Why
I'm
am I
going
wearing a jacket?
I'm going with Montreal. It's in Montreal, so I think Bell Center's gonna have fun.
All right, well, that's 4 votes for 3 votes for Montreal. So we'll say the podcast decided that Montreal gets the win tonight. So that's Montreal wins.
you
so I'll write this
decided.
down.
Do you want to go
Hmm.
individually? So then
Yeah,
next time.
Oh,
That's us,
okay.
bro.
Sure.
Yeah.
So just
I
write
can
down
say
your
my
votes.
I can say my 5 games here real quick. Who I think is gonna win for
Sure,
each
yeah, go
one.
ahead. That'll be faster.
All right. So I got Montreal over Buffalo. I got Tampa Bay over Edmonton. I got the Jets over the Stars. the Avs over the Red Wings, and I have the Coyotes beating the Kings.
What?
Mhm.
All right, so I have the Habs winning today. I have the Stars winning as well. I'm going with Habs, Stars, Avs. Easy pick, I think. No offense to Detroit, but let's be honest. I'm going to go with Oilers, actually. It's a risky pick, and I'm going to go with the Kings. So a few safe picks in there, but I'm risking with the Oilers. I think they can beat Tampa today. I just feel like Tampa's a sleeping giant right now. And come playoff time, that's when they really wake up. So I know they're playing really well, despite being considered a sleeping giant, but come playoff time, woo, Tampa Bay, man, they're gonna light this league apart. So, those are my picks.
Punch.
Okay. So I've got the Sabres over the Canadiens. Say LeBou, Sabres. The Lightning over the Oilers because I hate the Oilers. I've got in this battle for the Central. I've got the Stars because Miro Heiskanen. He's on my fantasy team. And then I'd like to shout out Coyotes legend Ryan Dzingel, who's now on the Sharks. Go Kings! Let's go Kings!
Okay,
To single.
fair enough.
And then Avs.
As Red Wings.
Yep.
I've got the Red Wings because I think Claude Lemieux, that hit was dirty.
Okay.
Those are some interesting arguments, to say the least.
Are they?
Interesting arguments that
Right?
definitely pertain to the game itself.
Yeah.
Jake, what are your picks for tonight? Who do you think takes the wins? Just for fun.
Tonight, Jets and Stars. I'll say Jets. Why not? Oilers in Tampa. I'll go Tampa. Habs over the Sabres. Honestly, I'm going to say Detroit beats Colorado at home as a little wild card choice. And then LA beats Coyotes.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's a good way to end this stream. Jake, obviously, thank you for being on today. We appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us today. You can find Jake at Satisfied Jake on Twitch. Jake, when do you usually stream on Twitch?
We usually stream around 11:30 EST.
AM or at night?
PM. Sorry, yeah,
PM,
11:30 PM EST.
All right, cool. So feel free to check out Jake on his channel, Satisfied Jake on Twitch, to show him some support because we greatly appreciate being on here and showing his support for us. I see
thanks,
Nick
bro.
saying, oh, for sure. I see Nick in the chat saying, be sick if we were sponsored by Bounty Sports. Yo, if they want to reach out, I'd be happy for them to reach out. It's a gamble app. Oh, I don't know if I really want to partner with the gamble app, so never mind. But but I do appreciate you thinking we should be sponsored, so that's nice of you. Thank you for the trade, someone, Dad9. So anyway, you can find our podcast as The Fan Connection Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, namely Spotify as well, and on YouTube, all officially as The Fan Connection. I am currently working on a special logo that will stand out a bit more on YouTube than it currently does, but that's in the works. We currently stream every Sunday and Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is pending, but we will keep you posted on any changes that we make. We greatly appreciate everyone's support. So many of you stopped by today, so we greatly appreciate you all. I won't read through all the names because I think that would take me way too long, and my intro is already my outro is already long as it is. So thank you everyone for stopping by. You can find Berta at BertaMan on Twitch. You can find Paunchy at Ponch_YYC. You can find me, SomeLazyGuy09. I'm streaming Pokemon outside of my time on the podcast. It's been a lot of fun, so feel free to check that out. Taking on the Elite Four on either tomorrow or Friday, so feel free to check out my channel for that. And obviously check out Jake on Satisfied Jake. Thank you everybody for swinging by the podcast. We'll see you in the next one.